Chapter. Today I'm going to be making garden pizza. Now this pizza is so easy to make, and this has got to be my favourite pizza dough as well in this recipe. I have tried so many pizza doughs over the years, and I have finally settled on this pizza dough. It's so good, and it just rose really well, and the texture was really good for a nice thin crispy pizza, but with a little fluff to it as well. It was really nice. So I have topped mine with courgettes and aubergines and red onion and mushrooms and some dolce latte style Italian cheese, and that worked really well on the pizza. It melted into a creamy consistency and it was divine. And we also made some cheesy ones for the kids as well, with some courgette and just some plain old cheese and tomato. So check out this recipe, guys. It's so easy to make.
So for this recipe, I've popped in 500 grams of strong white bread flour, a teaspoon of dried yeast and a teaspoon of salt. Now I love to use my food mixer for making my dough because it just makes life so much easier. So I'm just putting it on a medium speed just to mix the flour, yeast and salt through just now, and then we're going to add in our warm water. Now you need about 300 ml of warm water. I maybe used about 320. I had to add a little extra in. So we're just going to add that in slowly into the flour mix just to make sure it incorporates really well. You'd want it a little bit sticky but nothing too wet. And I've added in about a tablespoon of olive oil as well. Now I've actually increased the speed to give this dough a good knead. And I'm going to do this for about 5 minutes. If you pop a small amount of olive oil into a small bowl and just make sure the whole bowl is well oiled, and also use the excess oil to rub your hands just so that the dough doesn't stick to your hands. I don't like to use flour. It's a bit of a sensory thing with me. I just like to use olive oil when I'm dealing with dough, and you should have a fairly smooth dough. You can work it a little bit more in your hands if you want to, and then just form it into a ball, and pop some cling film over the top. You could also use some beeswax wrappings if you've got. I actually don't at the moment, so I'm just using good old cling film. And then just pop it into a warm place for an hour. And I like to use the back of my cooker because there's always some leftover heat coming out of the oven from there. So I'm just smashing up some garlic cloves now, and I do this to get the skins off. It just makes life so much easier. I've used 5 in this recipe for this sauce, but I use 5, sometimes 6, sometimes 4. I'm just so, I don't have a fixed number for the amount of garlic cloves I use in my recipe. Just depends how I feel on the day. So I'm chopping up 4 large fresh tomatoes, and you want them quite chunky as well. And this is going to be the base of the sauce: the tomatoes, the garlic and the olive oil, and a tiny bit of salt as well. Now you can use tinned tomatoes, but I like to use fresh for this pizza because it just gives it that fresh garden taste. So pop the tomatoes and the garlic and the olive oil into your pan, and you're going to want to bring that up to a medium simmer. And while that is cooking, I'm going to chop all the vegetables. I'm not going to show you myself chopping the vegetables because it just took so long. And don't forget to add your olive oil as well. So that's about 2 or 3 tablespoons, and a pinch of salt as well. So I've cut up some cheddar, some dolce latte, some onions, some courgette and some aubergine, and also some mushrooms, but you could also use spinach, kale, anything from your garden basically. Now give your sauce a good stir through, and you're going to want to mash it with a potato masher, and this is just to break down the chunks and the garlic into the sauce. It just really helps to smooth things out and just keep it bubbling away for a little minute. Now check on your dough after an hour. It should be a good consistency like you can see here. Now I've broken off a large ball. You can sort of share this into about 4 separate balls and leave them to sit for the further half an hour, but to be honest, we were hungry, so I just went straight to making pizza after it had risen. Now you want to roll your dough out onto an oiled surface or a floured surface, and your rolling pin needs to be oiled as well. You can see I didn't actually oil mine, and the dough has been sticking to my rolling pin, so I've oiled the rolling pin here. I don't like to use flour, as I say. I just like the olive oil. It just feel it smooths everything out really well. Now we just go for like a rustic shape. We don't do anything fancy. You can go for the perfect circle if you want to, but we like to just stretch it out to a rustic pizza dough shape, and I think it looks really good this way. So you're just going to want to place that pizza dough onto a pre-greased or pre-oiled greaseproof paper or a pizza tray. I've actually got a pizza tray underneath here, so, and then add half a cup of sauce on, and your sauce should be a little bit cool by this time. You just don't want it too hot. And just add on all your chopped vegetables, whatever you fancy. You could also add on some olives, some capers, some anchovies as well for that extra garnish. I just was in a real vegetarian mood this night that I made this pizza, so I just kept it completely vegetarian. But you could also add in some chicken or prawns or some beef in here as well. And I've also added in some chili dolciolati style cheese, and this works so well because it creates such a creamy texture on this pizza. Pop it in the oven for 15 minutes, really high. You want a really hot oven at 240 if you can. And I've just also added on some rocket here just to finish this off, and some grated parmesan as well. And you could also drizzle some olive oil on the top here as well if you felt you needed it. This pizza looks so good. I'm actually hungry recording this audio for this video again. It just looks so delicious. The kids absolutely love these pizzas. We went on to make a cheese and onion pizza, and we also went on to make some courgette pizzas, and my little girl Mary absolutely loved this pizza. We just chopped it up into little pieces for her, and we chopped up the vegetables into pieces for her as well, and she even ate some of the rocket salad, which I was really surprised at. You can see there's like a piece on her chin there. She just eats all our foods. We don't do any special foods for our baby. We just chop up whatever we're eating, as long as it's not like overly processed. So we also did the cheese and courgette, as I was saying, and this is a cheddar cheese on top here, and it just worked really well with the courgettes, and the kids love this one as well. And of course, good old cheese and tomato. This went down a treat, and there wasn't a shred of this pizza left in my house, not a single piece. Every pizza was completely demolished. The kids absolutely loved it. They just love pizza night. And this pizza was the absolute favorite pizza of the night. It was mushroom, red onion, the dolciolati cheese, and it was so good. And I think my husband probably would have added some olives on here as well if we had, because those are his favorite pizza combinations: mushroom, onion, olives and cheese.
So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed your garden pizza. I've got lots of things going on my Instagram page, so if you're on Instagram, pop over and say hello. And if you did like this video and want to follow my next videos coming up, click on subscribe and the little bell next to it. So take care, and I'll see you guys again soon. Lots of love. Bye.